We're rolling.
Oh my God. 66 grams of starter. Your starter won't look like this. This is a really wet starter, but then zero it out. 200 grams of cool water. Okay. And then you kind of want to mix this up in here. And then basically for the tartine whey, it's twice as much flour. So 400 grams of flour. Then mix this up. And this will make, all said and done, it's like 660 some odd grams of starter to work with, which is kind of a lot. So you can half this recipe. You can half it again. Got a clean, fresh jar. Just kind of plop this guy in there. Close her up. And then tomorrow, overnight, this will probably be almost all the way up to the top here.
We're ready. Our sourdough grew a lot overnight. But today I'm going to use the tartine book, which is this book here, and make some bread. I'm going to make 2 loaves of bread. So I'm going to use their exact recipe, which is an 80% hydration. And so the first thing I'll start with is turning on my scale. I'm going to use 200 grams of starter. I'm going to leave the water on because it's pretty close to room temperature, and we're actually getting 700 grams of water. So just fix my scale and then add 700 grams of water. There we go. And then I actually kind of just do the same thing again where I mash it all around. And the next thing we'll do is add flour. So we actually buy our flour in these huge 10-pound bags. And we like wheat Montana flour. And we use both white and wheat. And then we also, you can experiment with all different kinds of flour, which we do every once in a while. So I'm going to use mostly white flour. I'm going to use 900 grams of white flour and 100 grams of wheat. I want a total of 1,000 grams. And then 100 grams of wheat. And then just get in there again. I'm going to try and get all the flour off the sides of the bowl as well. Okay, so I'm going to add my salt. 20 grams, I'm putting warm water in it, 50 grams of warm water. And then I'm gonna add it to my dough. I'm gonna work it into the dough. And you'll be able to feel the salt for the first turn or two, but you kind of want to just incorporate that as best you can. Also, and it's actually a little bit easier to move around if it's a little bit wet, so it's kind of helpful. During this step, I cover our dough also.
Got my hands wet. Stretch it, fold it over. Do it again. And one last time. Boom.
Ooh, look at those bubbles. It's getting fat.
That wasn't my best. Dismount, Erica.
Let's start over.
And eyeball it. Figure out where the middle is. Let it sit for a second. Look at this one. Cover them up. Come back in a half an hour. As soon as you find a
Towel.
towel.
We don't have any.
Okay, cool. Dust these little babies. Okay, stretch them. Like that. You're making a package. Pinch them up. Roll it a little bit. Roll it a little more. Let it sit there for a second. You can let them sit or hook them in here. And you kind of grab them gently. Put the pretty side down. And cover them up. Let them sit overnight or longer. It don't matter.
You can put them in the fridge.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the next day, and you can see that our loaves were in the fridge overnight in their baskets. And I preheated the oven to 500 degrees, which is scalding hot. And I had the Dutch ovens inside of the oven when I was preheating. So this one's also very, very hot. You never want to touch your lids. So I'm just going to gently pull the edges of this loaf so that when I flip it over to drop it in the pan, it comes out a little bit more easily. Because sometimes if it's especially really hydrated, it'll get stuck. And then I just gently set it in there, and I'm going to score it. So I have this little tool called a bread lom. And I'm going to switch the camera view so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so you can see those pretty lines from our basket. And you can do this any way that you want. I'll just do something simple. So you're just basically making some spots for the release to happen. Something as simple as that is great. Put this back in the oven. And here's my other pot, not very clean. Also heated to 500 degrees. And then I'm just gently gonna pull the sides of this. And then I'll set it down inside. Maybe switch up my shape a little. You don't need to do anything special. Even just a line down the middle is great. I'm actually going to decrease the temperature to 450 after I have them in there. The idea is you want your pots to be as hot as you possibly can keep them. And we let that bake for 20 minutes with the lids on. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes and I'm going to take the lids off and set the timer